prepare the ramen, we're using kettles. Most school kitchens are equipped with kettles. A lot of school kitchens make soup, just depending on what the demand is. But you don't need a kettle. You can use a stovetop, depending on the capacity you're cooking for. And of course, you can use your brazier, your skillet. A lot of new kitchens have Ivarios in their kitchen. That's also compatible to making soups and broths. All right, so we're gonna start with a little bit of oil. I'm gonna really like glaze the pot, right? You wanna make sure it's nice and, because we're gonna put a whole bunch of ginger, onions, and garlic in here, so.
Ginger, onion, and garlic.
And my best part for me is the kids, right? Like this part is just, let's get this part done so we can get it to the kids. Like that's my favorite part. All right, so now that we have our onion, garlic, and ginger all sauteed in, ready to go, we're gonna start adding our broth in. Our chicken broth. So that's pretty simple. So now we're gonna close this up. We're gonna bring it to a boil before we season it at the end. And we'll be seasoning it with a little bit of rice wine vinegar and soy sauce. What made me implement ramen, I feel like just talking to the students. You know, our kids are very, kids today, right? In this world that we have today, they're very much open to trying new things. They want to see new things. They want to see the things that are outside. I've been asked for sushi. I've been asked for ramen. I've been asked for so many different types of food. And I've always wanted to do ramen, but I never thought it would be accepted. I didn't think they would like it. So the fact that I had a few students come and ask me for it, I had a recipe ready to go. So I was just like, let's go, let's try this out. And here we are. All right, so now to flavor the broth, we're gonna add some soy sauce and some rice wine vinegar. Just to taste, just to bring in a little bit more flavor and enhance it just a bit. Stir it up, Marian. Stir it with a smile. Good flavor.
Good.
Yeah, I taste the ginger, I taste the garlic.
The garlic and also the onions.
Ooh, it's actually really good. Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
So now we're gonna strain the broth. We strained all the aromatics out of it. It just gives it a nice cleaner look. And of course we're serving kids, so we wanna make sure that it's a little bit more presentable and clean looking for them.
The kids, they don't like to eat the chunks of the onions or garlic.
I'm actually very lucky that I actually was able to meet the Woodles company and have them provide the ramen noodles, because I would have had to use regular ramen noodles, and I was very hesitant to do it because of that. Our bottom oven is set right now at about it's at 175 right now. I'm gonna bring it up to about 180. All right, guys, here it is, the man of the hour, a whole grain ramen noodles. When I discovered Palmetto's Woodles, it was like one of the best days for me. I actually had a ramen day planned already a few weeks later, maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks. And I had to like call the vendor rep. I got in contact with Sally over at Palmetto, and she was so nice, and she made sure that I got the Woodles on time for my first ramen day here. So we're just gonna wait for that to come to a boil. It's a pretty quick process. We dump them in, put on our timer for 1.5 minutes, and then we're done. Pull them out, we put them in bins, we put a little bit of the noodle warmer in, and then we put them in the warmer.
Now the noodles.
All right, so this noodle process is really quick. They literally go in, once the water is boiling, they cook for about 1.5 minutes, and then they're done. This product holds up amazing. The first time I used it, like I said, I cooked them for 1.5 minutes. I drained them out. They were still had a little bite to it, a little al dente, but we did have leftover. At the end of the day, we made lo mein the next day. And I served lo mein here. I served some here and at my middle school, and they were perfect. So I cooked them the day before, and I used them 2 days in a row, and I didn't really have any complaints. They weren't mushy, they weren't watery, which is really good. So we put the cold water on the run as we drain them, just to flash cook and stop the cooking process right away. So we did add oil just to prevent them from sticking.
I'm gonna wrap it with foil, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water. That way it can stay moist and don't dry it out. If they go to like a restaurant, I see my son that he like the ramen noodles, and he likes to get the experience on the chopsticks and everything, and that's what we want over here for the kids.
A Rocky Point ramen bowl is kind of build as you go. Our students have an array of choices. They have shredded carrots, scallions. We have some edamame as well as a vegetable that can also be used as a meat alternate. We do have our chicken and vegetable dumplings as well as another option for meat alternate as well as grain. Then of course we have our broth that we made this morning, which is very, very aromatic. I smell it, it smells lovely. Over here we have our ramen noodles, our woodles, I should say. Ready to go, looking lovely, ready. And then at the end we have the traditional boiled egg. Of course, you can't have ramen without boiled egg, right? Very important. So our students will come online, they'll be able to tell us what they would like and what they won't like on it, and it's customizable, and they're happy, they're off to go.
When ramen was first introduced, I was really surprised and excited to try something new because it's never really been seen before. But then when I tried it, it was really, really good.
I think it was perfectly cooked, definitely the noodles. The egg was great, I liked it. It was soft, you know, wasn't overboiled, like, you know what I mean? It was just perfect amount in the middle in the broth, it soaked in nice, and the vegetables were perfect.
The first time that Woodles were shown to us and was given as a lunch option, it definitely was different because it was nothing like we expected. But honestly, it was very good and it was something new, which is what we enjoyed.